How do you deal with a narcissist, cheating man? Even after telling them you know they don't even care. I'm gonna give you the secret, the number one secret of dealing with a narcissist, a cheating man. Here is the biggest secret that you should know. And if you do this, they will never cheat again. I promise you. The best way to deal with a narcissist cheating man is to, number one, don't deal with a narcissist cheating man. That's how you deal with them. Don't deal with a narcissist cheating man. At any time you can say, I'm done. At any time you can walk away. At any time you can say, I am over this. I deserve better. I shouldn't be opening myself to disease and illnesses and more spiritual diseases. And I can realize that I am not a tree. I got two legs and I can take my ass away. That's the best way to deal with a narcissist cheating man. I don't know what the hell you all be doing. It's like telling a fish to climb a tree. No matter how much you nag that fish, no matter how much you tell the fish to climb, no matter how much you beg that fish and to plead that fish cannot climb that damn tree, because that's just what he is, a fish. Some people, I don't care how much you beg them, I don't care how much that's what they are. So it's either you're going to realize that's who he is and stay, or take your ass out of it. What you want to deal with that for? Why would you want to deal with that's like me asking you, how do you deal with a criminal a serial killer? Why would I want to deal with that? Come on, man. So believe it or not, I get this question oftentimes. People ask me this question a lot of times. How do you deal with a narcissist? How do you deal with a toxic person? How do you deal? And the thing is, I don't know why you all keep doing it. Now, here's the thing that I think this question really means to a lot of women. It's not how to deal with a toxic person or a narcissist. I think you want to ask me, how do you fix a narcissist? I think that's why people ask me this question so many times. How do you fix a narcissistic man? Because I want to keep him, because I've spent too much time with him, because I've been with him for so long. But how do I fix him? Because I want to do something. And the thing is, you can't. You can't. Because why else would you want to deal with these people? You're tired, you're drained, you're frustrated, you're miserable, you're always, gaslit, you're always anxious, you're always fearful. Why would you want to deal with that? So it's not about people asking me how to deal with it. I think people really want to ask me, how do I help them? How do I fix them? These people can barely get help with therapists and all these other medical people. Yet you think that you can, and a lot of times you don't realize how much damage is doing to you until you don't know your name. You don't even recognize your reflection anymore. You don't even like you. The person that you become, you're against her. You feel terrible within yourself. And you wait until that point to realize it's not good for my health. But by the time you get to the place to realize that it's not good for your health, you have given up. You have gained all your weight or lost all your weight. You have developed cancer and all these things because your body is experiencing this traumatic behavior, this response, this resistance. And so I'm telling you, many of you don't really want, it's not about dealing with them. You all want to fix them. You all want to feel like you are important. You want to make sure that you leave a mark on them because you think that you are important. You want to be relevant. You don't want this person to leave you and you feel like you haven't done anything. You want them to always remember you. You want them to always know who you are. And that's why you try so hard. Because I'm telling you, ain't nobody in the right mind trying to deal with a narcissist. Because I think we use that term too loosely. A narcissist. He's a narcissist. My boyfriend is a narcissist. But when you look at the real definition, if you really have one, you realize that why would you deal with that? You wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't deal with. I wouldn't be with one. I don't care how much I like you. Here's the thing: a relationship is not about how much you like somebody or how much you love them. It's about, if it doesn't make sense, leave it alone. If you are losing more sleep, losing more brain function and bodily function, then leave it alone. How much you like them or how much you love them is irrelevant. The thing is, you don't have to stop loving a narcissist. You don't stop loving them. You don't stop liking them. But being around them is toxic. It makes you sick. It makes you really sick. And therefore, that's the reason. But if that's not a good enough reason, why do you want to you want to find another way to deal with it? Here's the truth about dealing with a narcissist. When you finally find a way to deal with a narcissist, you won't like him anymore. That's the truth. You won't have a need for them anymore, because those reactions that you keep doing, those feelings and emotions, won't be there anymore. And therefore, if those feelings ain't there, you will have no kind of nothing, no reaction, no feelings. The only reason why we invest so much time in narcissists is because they bring out the emotions that's within you. You bring out your feelings and all these reactions that you have stored in you. It brings you out. It makes you see who you are. That's why you're always anxious, always scared. And they're the only one who will bring out that part of you, because they are the only one you give the right to, the key to open up that part of you where you can be angry and anxious and scared and insecure. You have granted them the permission to do that, to bring that out. So if you stop reacting to them, and again, that's why you have them. But if you stop reacting to them, if you learn to deal with them, you won't want them anymore, because then you will have nothing to come out. You will have no anxiety. You will have no anger. You will have no bitterness. You will have none of them things. So therefore, if you don't have those things, you really don't. Because why else do you think that you stick around? It's not because you love them, because they are toxic for you. But again, once we have something in us, we choose somebody to bring it out. And now that you are seeing what comes out, it's like you see and you throw up, right? What comes out of you, you still don't want to accept. It's in you. It was in you. That's why you chose the narcissist. And when you realize that, it's okay. Many of us have toxic things within us that we have to get rid of. And then we choose people to bring it out so that we can see what our traits are that needs to get removed. And when we see those traits, you asking me questions like, how do I deal? You are seeing what comes out, and you're still asking me how to deal with it. You're seeing what's coming out of you, and you're asking me how do you deal with them differently. You can't. If that's what's within you, that's why you're going to do it. When you learn self-control, when you learn boundaries and discipline, self-discipline and self-love, the narcissist that you think that you love, you realize that it was never love to begin with. It was codependency to bring out a way how you use them to bring out what you were, to bring out your insecurities, your daddy issues, your mama issues, whatever issues. You use them to bring it out. Because when you start having self-love, when you stop reacting and you stop being anxious, you're going to really realize, oh, shoot, I thought I loved you, but I don't. A lot of times, what keeps you around is your codependency on your responses to them. Because you can't do that to nobody else. And if you can't do that to nobody else, you don't feel comfortable. That's why the guy who is not toxic, the guy who is not a narcissist, you will find them boring. You will find them soft and too calm and too boring and too quiet. And you won't be able to deal with it until you heal yourself. How do you deal with a narcissist? I won't tell you the answer, because I think it's a stupid answer. I won't deal with one. I think the question should be also, how do you deal with yourself? How do you heal yourself so that you won't have to feel like you have to deal with one? All these healthy people out there, and you are choosing to deal with one of the sick ones. Think about that. How to deal with yourself. How do I heal myself and fix myself? That's the better question. Now, if you want to know the answer, let me know. We'll work together one-on-one. All right? I'll be blessed. All right? Peace.